We're on a mission to find your perfect at-home manicure solution. This week we're reviewing the Revel Nail dip liquids to find out how easy these are to use when doing your nails at home. Revel Nail is one of the larger and more well-known dip powder brands, and for good reason. They have so many awesome dip powder colors, and I absolutely love their collection. Unfortunately, the dip liquids are a slightly different story. I'm really not in love with them, and here's why. So starting off with the base coat, it does tend to apply quite thick, which can cause a host of issues with your application. This is especially true for beginners who are still learning how to apply those nice thin even layers that we're after. You will find this base liquid to be more challenging because of the consistency. You'll likely need to do extra buffing in order to smooth out your manicure, and then during application you'll also be more prone to running into lumps when you dip as well, just like this. Now, one thing that can help mitigate this issue is choosing the pour over method rather than dipping your nail directly into the jar. The pour over method can help avoid some of those lumps. The other major concern is how prone these bottles are to gluing shut. There is preventative steps you can take to avoid issue. However, I don't find other brands require this kind of maintenance. Now, I will say that Revel customer service is awesome. When I first started dipping, I glued my bottle shut and they did send me a free replacement, which was super nice and awesome of them. So in fairness, their service is really good. It's just unfortunate that their bottles are such a pain and inconvenience. Okay, onto the activator. Now, because the base tends to apply thicker, I do find you need a couple coats of activator in order to fully cure. You can see that even after a layer of activator, my nail hasn't fully cured as it's not hardened, it's actually still squishy. So if you go to buff when the dip is squishy like this, the powder will end up peeling off. So you definitely want to be careful and apply generous coats of activator to ensure a full cure. As far as the top coat goes, I do find you need to be careful with your timing so you don't end up with those splotchy dull spots when it cures. The shine on this top coat is pretty good, and I do find the wear on these liquids tends to be pretty satisfactory provided that you follow a solid application process. As far as whether I'd actually recommend these liquids, especially to someone who is just starting to dip their nails at home, I am really not keen to suggest these ones. I started using Revel Nail myself when I first began doing my nails at home. I was able to learn and put together decent looking manicures, so it really wasn't all bad. However, as soon as I switched to better quality dip liquids, I found the application process to be so much easier and I was that much happier with the results. So yes, absolutely stack your dip powder collection with the awesome colors from Revel, but I would recommend seeking out different liquids. To see what dip liquids that I recommend, I've shared some of my favorite reviews in the caption as well as my step-by-step dip powder application tutorial, and before you go, be sure to give a thumbs up and subscribe for more dip liquid reviews, DIY nail tips, tutorials, and of course some nail inspo.